Yo everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing a beginner's guide to Firestorm. Now before we actually get into this beginner guide, there's something I need to talk about. Firestorm, come this relaunch in September, is completely being changed up. See, in the original DC continuity that we're technically still in now, Firestorm was actually two characters. Originally it was Ronnie and eventually Jason. Ronnie shared the Firestorm Matrix with his professor, while Jason shared it with his girlfriend. I'll get into that a little bit later. However, in this DC relaunch, it seems as though the history of Firestorm is completely being changed. And in that, I can only give you the bare, essential, brief character history with Firestorm. So this is going to probably be a little bit shorter of a beginner's guide than the other ones. But hopefully it'll give you enough information for you to be enticed or to see if you actually want to pick up this comic. So with that said, let's get into a beginner's guide to Firestorm. A brief history on Firestorm. Come this relaunch, Firestorm is going to be two people. It's going to be both Ronnie and Jason. An accident is going to happen at their school where they get fused into the Firestorm Matrix, allowing them to change into the superhero Firestorm. Now, for the little information that we have, it looks as though Firestorm is going to be either two separate entities or one combined entity. And that's about all I can give you on the history of Firestorm, because, like I said, the history is being changed come this September. Personalities. A brief personality analysis of Ronnie and Jason. When it comes down to it, Ronnie is a little bit more of an immature character who doesn't quite look at his studies, and he's not quite as knowledgeable as his partner. He likes to enjoy life rather than responsibility. On the flip side, Jason, he's all about responsibility. He's very studious, and he's very much about fighting the good fight. The two of them are complete opposites in that sense. The one thing they have in common? The Firestorm Matrix. Powers and abilities of Firestorm. Usually Firestorm's powers and abilities is to be able to manipulate matter and just, in general, energy. He can convert things to different elements. For example, my table that I have right here, he could change into a gas, or that he can turn a fire into ice. He has the ability to manipulate elements and also matter in general. He has flight, and he also has various different powers using his manipulation of elements. For example, he can shoot out beams of fire or create an energy shield just by manipulating the matter around him. Now, what's unique about the Firestorm Matrix in the current DC continuity is that you need to have someone to share the Matrix with. For example, originally, when Ronnie had the Matrix, he had his professor inside there with him, being able to talk to him and tell him what to do. With Jason, it was his girlfriend. Both of them would give them advice, but none of them would actually be in control of the physical body of Firestorm. Whether or not this is a theme that carries over into the new Firestorm's comics is up in the air. See, in the new Firestorm comics, it looks as though both of them are going to be sharing the Matrix, so either one of them is going to control the body and the other tells them what to do, or vice versa. Or both of them have separate bodies. From what it looks on the cover, they're all going to have their own separate bodies. But again, all this is up in the air. People that would enjoy Firestorm. Well, Firestorm is very much like The Flash in that it's a very superhero-like comic. He has very flashy, colorful supervillains, and he has a very superhero power. The ability to manipulate matter is pretty cool, and he can do a lot of various things with it. He can take out walls and turn them into acid, or he has the ability to manipulate your body chemistry. He could take all the water out of your body and make you turn into dust. Firestorm has a unique personality and power in that. His personality is going to be very, very different from what it has been in recent comics. He's going to be torn between two characters. One character who's more energetic, charismatic, and irresponsible, while a character that's a little bit more calm, collective, to himself, but more responsible. Now, when it comes down to how much of this I'm talking about is going to translate into the comics, is up in the air. I apologize to you guys in advance to the lack of information I have, but Firestorm is going to be one of those comics that is just going to be changed up a lot. However, when it comes down to it, the essentials of Firestorm is going to stay. His powers, the ability to manipulate matter, his colorful comics being with various different villains and being with a unique character being very superhero-like, and also his comic is going to be more or less a serious comic. It's going to be a comic that's going to be very down to earth and very serious in the sense on when it comes down to the characters and their growth. Again, I hope that this guide has helped you. It's the best I can do with what I have for the information on Firestorm come this relaunch. With that said, this is Andrew saying, peace out for now.